Hi students, this video is going to walk you through how to take your chart and turn it into a graph on your lab report. So first of all, you should have your chart, your data chart all filled in. So I have a sample one here. I have my independent variables listed here. I have trial 1, trial 2, trial 3. Then my average. Do a quick check right now to see, does this number here come between all three of these numbers? 9 has to be between them, so less than the highest, higher than the lowest. If your number over here is more than all of these or less than all of them, you did not do your average right. To do your average, you need to add these all up and divide by how many trials you did. Most of you did 3 trials. So 5 is between all of these. 0.33 is between 0 and 1. So if you have zeros, you have to add 1 plus 0 plus 0, which gives you 1. Still divide that by 3. 1 divided by 3 is 1/3, or 0.33 centimeters. Okay, so now I take this data, and I'm going to come down here where I want to put my graph, and I need to click there. I'm going to click Enter to go down a row, and then it gives me a number 8. I don't need that 8, so I'm going to backspace. Okay, then I need to go up here to the top, Insert, and they call their graph a chart. And we're going to make a bar graph, but we want the one that looks like columns. So Insert Chart Columns, and then we're going to click on it. Now, it just gives us a generic one that does not have any of our information in there, so we need to go change it. To do that, you're going to click on it, and then you're going to click this little button right here called Open in Sheets. And then it's going to pull it open in a spreadsheet, and it's going to pull that graph up here so you can see how it looks. Now I'm going to replace this with all of my data. I don't need this second set of bars because I'm only going to graph my averages. I only graph this column, only my averages. And actually I'm going to copy. So I'm going to highlight all those, right click or double click on a Chromebook, 2-finger click, copy. And then I'm going to come on here. I'm going to first delete this row. So I highlight all those and push backspace. Now I'm going to paste, right click. I highlighted those, right click, paste, and I put my numbers in there. It looks like it moved it down a row. I'm going to undo this. Change this one to average. Come back on here, and I'm going to get my averages again, copy. I'm going to delete all those, come here, and paste. Okay, it's not doing what I want it to. Oh, and I can't have centimeters, so I'm going to just retype this, 9, 5, 0.33, and then delete this one. I don't need a fourth one. This should be my full sunlight. Okay, this should be part sunlight. And this one should be full darkness. That's what I had on my chart over here. Okay. Now I've got my numbers in there, and you can see that it is graphing this. I've got 0 through 10, full sunlight grew the most, and then part sunlight, then full darkness. But this does not give all the labels on a graph that I want. So I want to show you how you can do that now. If I come on here and I need to click on, I want to change the title. So I'm going to click on the title, and it's going to pop open some more information over here, the chart editor. So I'm going to change that title. I'm going to click Customize first of all. And I want to change the title. So click on this one. Title, instead of points scored, I want to put plant growth in different amounts of light. Okay, and then I hit enter and it changed it on my chart. I can move that around. I can change the size of font, the type of font that is, so you might want to choose another fun looking one. I can make it bold if I want to, make it stand out more. Okay, now we need some other labels, so we're going to click right here where it says chart title, and I want you to change that to the horizontal axis. That's the one that goes at the bottom. So down at the bottom, we want to label that amount of sunlight. So I'm going to change that to amount of sunlight. Okay, and then here it filled it in for me. Now I want to select the vertical axis title. So that's my vertical axis over here on the side. And I'm going to call that growth. And I want to put in parentheses what units I used to measure. So it was growth in centimeters. Growth in centimeters. And again, I could change the font, the size. Make sure your chart is readable. Don't change so many things that you can't read your chart clearly. This has what I need for it to have, so I don't have to make any more changes. I have a title at the top. I have a y-axis label over here, an x-axis label here. I've got all of my bars labeled, and I have my number scale over here that has 0 at the bottom, goes all the way up to 10. So I'm going to call this done. I'm going to close out of that, come back over here, and I should be able to just click update on my lab report, and it should pull that same information in there. Look at that. One other thing to note, make sure you have capital letters on your title on all the big words. I did not capitalize in or of, but I capitalized all the rest. I have growth capitalized. I have amount, sunlight capitalized, but not of. These are capital letters. All your labels should have capital letters. So that is how you insert a graph onto your lab report. If you need to play this video again, you can, or you can pause it as many times as you need to. If you have any other questions, ask your teacher, but I do want you to try to follow these directions on here first. Thank you. Good luck. Good job working on these experiments. I'm excited. They turned out really good.